dearie me, at last we've stopped. Oh dear, here comes Bossy Spencer.
Hold it right there, speedy little tank engine. I am sure we're all going to the same place. Literally, Thomas, we are just around the bend of the meeting spot. There's no need to rush. May I have your attention? I have received a letter in the mail and it's not so good. As you all know, Knapford Station is being remodeled. It was supposed to be remodeled years ago, but the build of Great Warrington took over and construction is almost done. I can't wait for all of you to see it. On the bad news side, there is an entrepreneur named Reginald from the mainland who wants to buy the new Knapford and the Sodor Diesel Works. We will continue our jobs as normal. I'll try to make a deal with Reginald. Now, Thomas and Edward, I will need you to take a special train of goods to the mainland. Spencer, I will need you to go to the Diesel Works and help Diesel deliver the tires and barrels to the bus station. As for the rest of you, you already know your jobs. Apologies for the interruption.
Thomas puffed up to see Sirtopham hat.
Thomas, I'll make a deal with Reginald. I'm sure we can work something out. I just need some time to think.
Gordon was sitting at the Farquhar station, waiting on his coaches to be shunted.
Gee, Thomas, what happened to you? Since when do you have a tender? And a number 4?
Excuse me, I am not a cheeky little tank engine. I'm an express engine. That cheeky little tank should be shunting my coaches together.
Nice to meet you, Gordon. I'm Bertie. Finally I've got the chance to meet you. It took almost 20 years for us to be in one scene together. Finally. I wonder what's so funny. Why are you two laughing? Because your coaches haven't been shunted yet, Gordon?
Be quiet, Diesel. Since you brought it up, why don't you shunt my coaches then?
No. You see, Gordon, Sirtopham Hat is sending Edward and Thomas on a special trip, so you'll have to shut your own coaches. I have to go. There's a special meeting at the Diesel Works.
Oh, that slimy, bitter Diesel.
Well, as a bonus to that, Gordon, of all these times the whole Thomas community can finally see you shut your own coaches.
Don't rub it in, Bertie.
Gordon slowly began to shunt.
I can't wait for the new Knapford to be built. An express engine isn't cut out for all of this shunting.
So, Mr. Reginald, what's the plan?
But my plan is to get rid of all steamies and replace them with diesels.
Salty went to a siding, away from the conversations, going inside the works.
Har, if they take away the sea, I will not be pleased. I will not let them succeed.
That night, Sirtopham Hatt was talking to Edward and Thomas's drivers.
But I signed a contract stating that I was. But little did I know, I should have read over the whole thing. This all happened so fast. Thomas and Edward, there's a bit of bad track going to the mainland. Sam told me about it, so please do be careful. Slow and steady. How old is the track? It hasn't even been replaced yet. That's how old it is. Our construction cars can't go that far.
Hold your horses, me hearty. There be a storm approaching. A thunderstorm, so if worst comes to worst, you two pull over to a siding. I can already feel the wind now. Gordon, I don't know if my eyes were deceiving me, but if I remember, I did see Glenn the coffee pot engine. He was headed to the Great Western Railway.
Oh, that slimy coffee pot. Well, I suppose since we're all here, I might as well tell you the story of why I don't like pulling a goods train. Well, a long time ago, here at the Northwestern Railway, before I was an express engine. I used to take goods from one branch to another. Well, alongside that, there was Glenn. Glenn was the #1 engine, all before you, Thomas. He was a proud and grand coffee pot, but then there was this one day. I was carrying a goods train, and Glenn is a grand, but the sludge isn't so good. I was going at par speed down the hill, and Glenn leaked dirty sludge. I don't know if he had a hole in his pot, but I was upset. I went around the bend and came straight off the rails. My brakes didn't even work because of the sludge, and I barely pull a goods train. I'm proud to be an express train, and every time I see sludge on a goods train, I think of Glenn.
Back at the diesel works, Mr. Richards spent the night with the diesels, telling them all about his letter.
And then, I believe it was way back then, when your very own controller of the railway, Sirtopham Hatt, was Belco's engineer. Then, once that opportunity happened, he took on as the leader of the railway. The Northwestern was at a challenge with the miniature railway and the narrow gauge railway. Well, of course today they are neutral and both are working together. But my plan is to get rid of all steamies and replace them with diesels.
Mr. Richards, I'm sorry. I will have to disagree with you. You see, I love working with steam engines, especially the little blue #1. He's...
Thomas! That little blue cheeky puffball. Penji, remember him, right? I remember like it was yesterday. I was chasing the maroon train by the name of Lady. I wanted to run out of all of their coal, but the old viaduct started to crumble, and it just so happens to break on me. Then I sailed all the way down the river to meet up with these two devious twins, Ari and Bert.
Before I was interrupted... Oi, Bert, look at what we got here. A diesel who's on the steamy side. Why don't we get some takers and put them in the middle, like we did James? I'm going away from all this nonsense.
Tick tock, tick tock. Sirtopham Hat's time is going away. Only on Sodor will you have steamies running all over the island, and everyone's number one.
We'll stay on Sodor as all the other engines. The decision will be made tomorrow by tea time.
Edward, slow down! Thomas, watch out! The wind is blowing too hard!
Both engines' wheels were slipping on the wet tracks.
Oh, snap!